Yeah, that's good.
You're doing great, Andrew.
Thank you, Megan.
It was so real. That was so real. Oh my god, it was bad. I hated it.
Did you cry?
I was not like crying, but I was like, dude, look, this is what the United States looks like.
As in color?
That was before
I hate you.
Serene.
How long was it? Oh my god, nobody was sitting there.
I don't know, the game night thing starts
Hey,
at
where
5,
was
so
everybody?
I'm hoping to wrap up.
Somebody's always there.
Game night thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I forgot
they're
about
actually
that.
65 books.
Wait.
Keep going, aren't you?
So interesting.
So sometimes.
guess.
Lilith.
Not that they're different.
I hope I do actually.
Stokes is excused. Oh wait, we didn't do attendance for their committee.
No, some of them are.
Yeah.
Jack has one. You never sent it. Jack, where are you? You have an attendance sheet. You should send it to me so we
Jack,
can do
I
attendance for
attended
you.
the last 10
I was
minutes.
excused. Am I excused?
Am I excused? So you're excused. Did we put Megan as excused? Put Megan as excused.
I think so, yeah, because
Okay.
she reached out.
I better been put as excused.
Was I excused? We actually put you as impeached.
Well, you're in Jack's committee. And Jack didn't send me his
Jack.
attendance.
Yeah, you're actually not accused ever.
Fun fact.
Those who do not
It's mostly
commit their
because of the way
undying
you
loyalty to
look.
student government.
Undying loyalty, y'all.
He's your boss.
Their undying loyalty to the Colorado regime.
Color
regime.
Colorism.
Color.
Are you pro or anti-colorant?
I'm a Marxist-Leninist
I'm anti.
colorist.
I'm joking. Off the record.
Putting it on the record.
You are the vanguard of the revolution.
Wait, don't say that.
Holy
Would you
cow,
believe
Jack.
Republicans ripped the Nazi flag?
Yes.
Yes. Edelweiss. I'm not.
Kinda
The
good.
sound amusing.
Okay, but girl, this ain't on.
It ain't on
Hey,
stage.
Pablo. Hi.
Hi, Pablo.
Hi.
Take your hand off me.
That was very sensual.
I was feeling vindicated, but not in a good way.
Won't be there.
Megan, when I actually should
Yeah.
I was just saying your name with just Yeah.
Which I'm probably gonna go to.
He's like, you don't want that. It's like,
Bad as always.
Yeah,
I had nothing better
I don't
we're
want
kind of tired, but
Just wait.
You go.
we were like in a suburb of Des Moines.
Oh. Wait. Oh, I was born in Seattle.
3.5 hours.
Laundry before you and
You weren't here for my little sworn in.
Wake
I
up.
wasn't, but you're here.
I
I don't get a packet, but it's
Look, I
it's
was
okay. I
reading this,
lost
Charles.
mine.
Is that making you happy?
You just use your computer.
Yeah.
Do you know that it's my birthday?
Oh,
I don't know.
Thank God.
No
Wait, it's your birthday?
No. It's not my birthday.
Yo.
Wait, it's
Happy
birthday!
Hey.
Bruh,
I didn't
now
bring
we're
a
on second
gift.
Nola. Okay.
You matches last hoodie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you see him in the?
Yeah, 'cause he's not going to the-
My under Arcus.
I'm loving the
Yeah,
reels
it's
you're
really
sending.
fragile.
Who did you order?
I did see that.
I don't
I
have
ordered
time.
Reese's
I don't have time
You weren't
before.
actually yelling.
Well, I'm sitting up on
What committee? I ordered them for
Yeah.
yours,
I'm like-
the Arcus.
It doesn't say that you're.
Wait,
It's
there's
it's you're doing
Just
student
about to
affairs.
type in the previous one and then you hit me on another one, so that's back.
On the project sheet, it says
No,
you're
Trenton, so maybe you're just gonna renegotiate
This
these
doesn't
terms.
exist.
I swear. Thank you,
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah. We can still go on.
And I mean, add it to
Are you
legislative.
excited for?
Lanny.
Can I add to what's affairs?
No.
Yes, you
Don't
can.
call it
No,
that.
Drake us.
No.
Let's say no.
That's true.
You're in
No.
everything. No, let's say no.
you have to give a, you have to pay a fee to get into ledge affairs.
True. I paid.
You have to
I
give,
paid.
you have to give the
I paid
grand
$500.
secretariat fee, and then you have to give the
Give me yours.
coordinator on top of it. And there's an application.
It's $500 each. We should.
Hey, Jack.
Flip it to the inside.
Actually get a refund when you.
I can't. This is the only.
Yeah, we didn't have
Yeah,
the documents up for
Are you ready? You're ready?
Aw.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 93rd Student Government meeting for February 11, 2026. It is currently 4:01 p.m. and I call this meeting in order. We'll begin with our land recognition statement. Student government acknowledges that we live, work, and learn in the homeland of the Dakota people, whose language frames our institution's name, Minnesota State University, Mankato. I'll begin with the roll call. Senator Albart? Here. Senator Hyber?
Here.
Senator Kabad? Senator Andre, Senator Hayden, Senator Dietrich,
Here.
Senator Olson, Senator Reyes,
Here.
Senator Bartlett,
Here. Can you hear me?
Senator Nguyen. Yep, thank you. Senator Nguyen, Senator Anderson, Senator Zelmer, Senator Cummings,
Present.
Senator Ide,
Present.
Senator Heluka,
Here.
Senator Belchner, Senator Knauer,
Here.
Senator Bondis, Senator Lou Bondis, Senator Stokes, Senator Hillstead,
Present.
Senator Reyes, Senator Lou, Senator Rayad, Senator Ray, actually,
Here.
Senator Wickersham, Vice President Caffley is not here yet, President Cordon, and Speaker Tapa is here. Thank you so much, everybody. Are there any amendments or dissents to the consent agenda? Did I miss someone?
Senator Willie
Senator Androli.
Senator Willie
and Androli.
and Andrioli. Senator Willie and Senator Andrioli, both of you are present?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any dissents or amendments to the consent agenda? Seeing no, all those in favor of the consent agenda, please raise your placard. All those against it? And consent agenda clearly passes. Thank you very much. We now begin with our presentation. I'd like to invite Dr. Morris for his presentation.
Thank you. Hello, it's on now. Thank you. I'm not actually using this slideshow because I could be here an hour if I go through the Moonshot Executive Sponsor. I'm giving you abbreviated thing of it, which I handed out. I don't know if you got copies of it. I handed out to your office today. And I'm just going to go over where we're at in Moonshot. Is everybody familiar with Moonshot Student Success for All? Is that a phrase that you have maybe heard? Nope. We'll go back. Okay. We have a contract, the university has a contract with EAB, which is a national consulting firm. And it's a 5-year contract. And we're working with them. How do we improve overall student success and at the same time close equity gaps? Because many times if you look at nationwide, you can do exercises around student success and improve overall student success, but actually increase equity gaps. So we wanted to be very intentional with both, improve overall student success and at the same time close equity gaps. So definitely not increase them as we go forward. We started this 2 years ago, and we started with a survey. We went surveyed people to ask them what they saw as challenges the university was facing around student success. We got answers, and from that we made some decisions about what action teams. And action teams are the groups that came together to work on things, to make recommendations to the institution about things we should do differently as an institution. And so a year ago, we started with 4 action teams. They were whole reform, proactive advising, access to a second chance, and transfer pathways were perceived as 4 of the major issues we had that hindered student success here. Whole reform seems kind of simple. We ought to be trying to get students to register every semester so they're progressing toward graduation. So we should minimize those things that keep them from registering. We had lots of holes on people that would keep them from registering. So we limit those holes. We have ways to get them off more quickly than we did in the past. So again, and we stopped certain things. Before, it used to be if you owed us $200 we would not let you register. Even though if you registered, you would give us 10,000, just in the different cost, what it cost to go to the institution. So that didn't make a lot of sense too. So we upped those amounts of dollars that you could owe the institution before we would stop your registration and get you moving. So those kind of things. So there's on the handout you have or will get, it has a list of things that the whole reform group is dealing with. Moving forward, proactive advising. How do we do advising differently and better? Scale the Student Success Advisory Academy, get more people going into that, and just give me some highlights of it. Increase faculty engagement with Navigate 360. How do we get more faculty using 360? How do we get more institute employees using 360 so we can communicate better about students and they can know what we're thinking about, Joe? Access to a second chance. Again, what that means is if somebody leaves the institution before they graduate and they want to come back, you would think we want to make it easy for them to come back to graduate from us. We didn't always do that. One of the little simple things that we worked on was if they left us in one status, for example, they were in-state, so they got paid in-state rate. They came back and suddenly they moved somewhere and they want to come back, we want to charge them out-of-state rate. That didn't seem the smartest thing to do. So one of the things on access to a second chance. So a whole webpage of how we deal, how easy it is for you to come back to the institution, and then transfer pathways. And that's people who are started somewhere else and want to come to us. Again, we had many roadblocks stopping people from and not an ease of transfer from a community college, particularly a community college in our own system. They actually had more deals with external organizations than their own universities for transfer. A lot of reasons why they took place. So those are the 4 things that are being worked on, that there are recommendations out there that we're making changes on already. And hopefully we will begin to see a difference as we go forward. Otherwise, we're wasting our time and money, which we don't want to do. The next thing is we started 3 new action groups. Those 4 earlier groups we called action groups, we now call it implementation groups. So they're going to implement the things that they propose to talk about and do. The new action groups that we formed this past year was change management. How do we help leaders be prepared for change? Everybody's not ready for change. Change can be difficult for people. If they're used to doing something one way forever, and now you ask them to do something different, that can be difficult. So how do we prepare leaders to deal with change and make this institution different and better? Academic degree maps. It's simple, but not always simple. So again, you come in as a first-year student and you want to major in nursing, you should have a degree map that says from your first class here to your last, when it is, what you need to do, requirements, when it's going to be offered, a lot of simple little things. And if something's not offered, for example, which can also increase costs, and I'll give you one of those things that maps should deal with, is the fact around that if you come here and you think you're in your first year student and you look, oh, this class is going to be offered in my spring semester of my 3rd year. So you're progressing toward that semester, that class, and guess what is not offered? What do you do? In the past, we may have just said, well, wait around, it'll be offered in another semester. Now we know that's the wrong answer. It's the wrong answer for a lot of reasons, but one other reason is also cost. Because many times students have to take financial aid to take a course, but you can't just take one course. You got to take at least 9 credits. So you have to take maybe 6 more credits to take the one course that you really want to need to take, but you take 6 fluff courses so that you can pay for that one course. We know that's different. We need to do differently than we are. So MAPS just lays out where a course should be offered, the sequences of them, and that's a commitment. If it's a really good pathway, it is a commitment from the university to the students that this is how you can get out of here in 4 years. And the last one is credit for prior learning. A little different than transfer. Any of you here military or military? Okay, you know, other places, military, you get training. We should be able to use some of those trainings for your undergraduate degree. That's what credit for prior learning. So if you took a certain kind of course in the military that you had some expertise in, why do we then make you take another course that is very similar to that? And that's other ways and other things in your job or some other places where you got certificates for. How do we make sure that we're not having you duplicate learning that you already went through? And then again, even more importantly, pay for it and spend more time. So I do know that our new registrar is very, very, very passionate about credit for prior learning. So these are the second group of action teams. At the end of this year, these groups should hopefully move from action to implementation teams, i.e. they came up with ideas and they're moving in toward implementation. And then we would start some new action teams and other things that we think we need to improve and do better as an institution. We have a steering committee. I'm the owner of this project in theory. There's a steering committee I work with. I think there is, we asked for a student rep on it. I don't know, a while ago. You're shaking your head, so we may need to talk about that. We did want a student on it. So as we move forward. This slideshow, which you can look at, we had an executive sponsor update. We had the senior leadership of the university in one room talking about this whole project that I just talked about in 5, 6, 7 minutes. But it gives you a breakdown, how we got to where we're at, where we're looking at in different areas and where we're at. So I would ask you to look at that. And if you want to invite me back for a more in-depth conversation on something or at an upcoming meet and confer, student meet and confer, we can do that. So moonshot, I don't think it's a moonshot. I think it's, our goal should always be to get people out of here. And with student success in 4 years, one of the things that when I went away to college before all of you were born, a BA was a 4-year degree. Somehow it's become a 5, 6, 7, 8-year degree. And some of that, what we can fix are those things that we do that made those things difficult. Some of those that I talked credit for prior learning, holds, a whole bunch of things we did to limit that. But if your desire to take 6, 7, 8-year degrees for a lot of different reasons, that's great too. But as long as we minimize those things as an institution, we're doing to limit your ability to get through here in 4 years at minimum time and cost, we need to do better. So that's my quick presentation to bring you up on Moonshot, which is a major university initiative on student success and closing equity gaps going forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful presentation. For all the senators that want to look at the document itself, it will be presented publicly in the office as well. And I believe 2 or 3 copies have been going around as well. Do we have any questions for Dr. Morris? Seeing no question, thank you so much for your time and presentation.
Thank you.
We now move forward to open forum. Do we have anyone today here for open forum? All right, seeing none, we move forward with our Dean of the Day. And I'd like to invite Kathy Dale, our Interim Associate Dean and Professor of Management.
Hi, everybody.
Also, just before you begin, I'd also like to mention.
Thank you.
Just before you begin, I'd like to mention you'll have 10 minutes for your time. So,
Okay, thank you. I just brought a few announcements along from the College of Business, some different events going on that I thought might be interesting for you and to students. So if you could share the word a little bit. So the first one is the Richard Schmitz. It's a leadership and innovation lecture series. And on March 18th, from 3:30 to 5 at the Maverick Innovation Gateway, they have a speaker there, Paul Aceto, and he's an executive, a past executive of 3M and also of Medtronic. And so he'll be there, and it's a chance to hear about his experiences with leadership and with innovation, and a good chance to network as well. So that's again March 18th at the Maverick Innovation Gateway. The second one coming up is an event called Future Solvers Cultivation Challenge, and that is Friday, March 27th from 1:30 to 3 in the Ostrander Auditorium. And what that challenge is it's kind of like an agricultural pitch challenge. Students try to come up with innovative ideas for problems that kind of our region maybe is facing, and there's cash prizes. And so it's kind of a chance to brainstorm with other students and try to come up with ideas. The third one, and the last one that I'll talk about from that kind of takes place, sponsored by the Gateway, is one called Hungry for Sales Luncheon. That's April 29th, noon to 2. And that one is at the Maverick Innovation Gateway. And this is hosted by CHS, which is an egg, like an egg retail type of business, a farmer-owned cooperative. And they have a speaker, Gary Halverson, who is a VP of Farm Supply at CHS. And so a really, again, a good chance to listen to a leader speak and share his ideas, and a good chance to network again at that one. So if you have questions on any of these events, or want more information about the times and the dates and the topics, you can call the Maverick Innovation Gateway, or just go on to the website, and the information will be right there in writing for you. And then one other big one that I wanted to share with you is coming up April 17th is, and from 11 to 4, it's a Maverick Conference on Financial Wellness. And it is brought to you by Charles Schwab. There's zero cost to attend this conference, and there's just a lot of priceless information on financing, your personal financial wellness, just lots of topics. So if you can attend that conference, again, there is no cost to attend that. That is April 17th from 11 to 4, and that's in the CSU. And that's what I brought to talk about.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for our Dean of the Day? All right, seeing no questions, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We now begin with our officer report, and first of all, President Colleran.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. First off, I want to thank Dr. Morris for coming in today. It's very important to have that perspective from administrators over to the Senate to make sure we're all in the loop, which is why there's been conversations between the cabinet and other admin members to be more active in the Senate. So we have President Inch coming in on, I know it's a little farther out, but we have him coming in on early April. We're going to have conversations with Ann Gillespie, our VP Budget and Finance, on Monday to see when she could come in as well. So I'll be happy to keep you all updates on that. I am sad to report that my office report is lots shorter than it usually is, just due to our time being just an hour. So I'll try to get through as much as I can and go from there. The biggest thing I have is Lobby Day. So we're having a collaboration with Students United from February 23rd to February 24th. If you're like me and don't know what days those are on the calendar, that was like a week and a half from now on Monday and Tuesday. We're looking to get a full team for that, so I'm really looking forward to sharing with y'all how we communicate our legislative and system agenda that has been communicated during the on-campus visit with Students United. Second and final thing I have is Senator Month. So we're doing the same thing as we did last semester, where we have 2 Senator Month awards, and each person who gets the award gets a certificate and also a $15 gift card. So we really, because we really want to have the kind of recognition and kind of appreciation for all the hard work y'all do. So I'll go into my Senator Month award, and Stan will go into hers during her office report as well. So of mine, this person has been very hard work since they started this semester, and whether it be through just being visible on the Senate floor or being active in conversations behind the floor as well, whether that be talking and writing resolutions, or also very, very strong conversations happening on the Senate floor. I have been very deeply impressed with their involvement and greatly look forward to seeing what they do with this academic year and beyond, just as a student senator, as a human being, and just as a student as well. Like, they have been an absolute ray of sunshine for a lot of people here. So without further ado, Nola, could you come over here to receive your award?
Oh, what? Do you want a picture? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my office report, so I'll be happy to take any questions.
Any questions for President Colleran? Seeing none, we move forward with
Office report by Vice President.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming here. Before my officer report, I just want to make an announcement. Right after this Senate ends, we're going down to Wisink for our game. So please don't forget that. Good night. Oh, okay. I thought I said something wrong. Esports, you guys. Okay, starting with my officer report. So first, I have meeting updates. First meeting updates from President Inch. Meeting with President Inch is they've made a really good progress with Future State. We've collected more funding for Future State. And the other one, it's not really a good meeting update, but this one's from Budget Sub Meet and Confer. So last week I talked about the increased budget proposal that university had, and that was 3%, 5%, and 7%, I believe. Well, this week it has increased to 5%, 6%, and 7%, and we stand on the same ground once again. We do have a meeting with VP Gillespie coming Monday, I believe. Yes, coming Monday, and we do plan on talking about that more in depth then. And also, student wages discussions did not happen in budget pre-meet and confer, but it will happen next week with President Colleran and Senator Wickersham, with Steve Smith, who's the Director of Budget and Finance, and we will let you know if there's any more updates on that. CIO dates. If you guys remember, last week or the week before, we talked about having coffee and conversation with IT department that VP Mitch will be organizing. The one that's up, oh, that was actually today. Sorry, you guys, I think I did forget to announce it last week. Yep, they had coffee and conversation today from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Probably forgot to mention it, but I will let you guys know about other coffee and conversation weeks in prior, I promise. For our upcoming meetings, so I did talk, we have pre-meet and confer tomorrow. And once again, for new senators who might not know what pre-meet and confer is, that is when the cabinet sits down with VP Jones to discuss about different topics and agendas that we want to be brought up and discussed during meet and confer. So if you guys have any specific agenda, let me know. Those people who do attend pre-meet and confer, we have a Teams group chat, and we've already asked you guys there. And I did get, I believe, one idea. If you guys have any more, so please let me know on that. For other upcoming meetings, we have one with VP Gillespie that I already talked about on Monday. We have meeting with VP Jones next Wednesday, and that's pretty much all the meetings we have for this week. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, yes. Senator of the Month. So this specific senator that we decided has been one of the senators who's been really active, like way active than a normal senator would be. They're always either on the office, or they're always thinking about different senator projects. They're discussing about different things that can be done in this university. And they had one of the most difficult senator projects to bring it to life, because it required talking with different people, talking with different departments. And I think that is one of the senator projects which actually took place like really fast. It was very successful, and we've talked about this with President's cabinet as well, and they're really happy about that as well. So, drum roll, you guys. Senator of the month goes to Senator Anderson. She's shorter than me. Okay, there you go. Any more questions?
Do we have any questions for Vice President Kafle? All right, seeing no questions, I move forward with my officer report. First of all, I'd like to announce everybody, the vacancy cutoff is February 25th. So February 25th will be the last day where we will be taking any vacancy elections for any potential new senators. Let me remind everyone that currently we have 5 vacancy spots. 3 from Senator College of Allied Health and Nursing, 1 from Senator on campus, which is residential life, and 1 for Senator College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Secondly, budget binders. So as budget season approaches very rapidly, us as cabinet have been working on a draft document for budget binders, which explains the rules and procedures of budget meeting, how it works, what are you supposed to say, what are you supposed to not say, what are you supposed to do, and what you are supposed to not do. It will be made accessible to everyone on February 18th on the meeting day itself, and any senators with any concerns or questions regarding this may come up to us and meet us during our office hours or shoot us an email or Teams message. Apart from that, I'd also like to make the announcement, which Vice President Kafle kind of stole. It's about the retro gaming night that we are hosting, Student Government versus Student Affairs. That's happening today at 5 p.m. on WH121, which is Wessing Hall 121. It's the esports facility. The tournament itself is going to be for Mario Party games, and it's going to be Student Affairs versus Student Government. We also have installed 2 different games, Donkey Kong and Super Mario, on 5 different PCs, while the tournament itself will be played on Nintendo Switch. Now you might think Nintendo Switch does have a really small screen, so how are we going to play, right? But we don't have to worry about that. We have set up 2 huge monitors, so we have plenty of accessible view to it. Apart from that, I don't have a lot of things. Do I have any questions? Yes, Senator Hyde.
Do we have any predictions of how long this event will last till?
Depending on how many participants we get, it might stretch somewhere between 5 to 8 till 5 to 9. We also have food, so it's going to be pretty fun.
All right, sweet, thank you.
Any other questions? Any questions? All right, seeing no questions, we move forward. And we move forward with our vacancy announcements. So, as I mentioned earlier, it's pretty weird. Why did the speaker say we have 1 vacancy for Senator College of Science, Engineering, and Technology? Because we have all the senators, right? But given the situation, I'd like to also announce that Senator Anderson is resigning from the post of Senator College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, but she's coming back as Senator for College of Allied Health and Nursing. So we will have an election for that. If you wish to, you can give a 2-minute opening speech, and then we'll follow with a question and answer.
Nice to not see you, Senator.
Senator? What do you mean?
Senator right now. Senator right now.
All right. So, Candidate Anderson, you begin with your opening statement.
Hello, members of the Senate. My name is Macy Anderson, if you don't already know me yet. I previously served as a senator for the College of Science, Engineering, Technology during the 93rd Student Government, the current one we are sitting at this moment. Today, I'm running for a representative of the College of Allied Health and Nursing. My academic background is in biomedical science, cellular biology, and biochemistry, preparing me to be a CSIT senator. In addition, I'm also pursuing an American Sign Language certification, which is part of why I'm qualified to run for allied health and nursing, in addition to pursuing additional healthcare training at a different institution, South Central College. If elected, I want to expand and continue working on the campus-wide AED initiatives and advancements in ASL accessibility project to promote inclusivity in communication. I also plan to begin addressing transportation concerns when it comes to students having to travel for off-campus clinical rotations and placements, working towards making a more equitable solution for transportation. This is something I'm personally being impacted by as I'm pursuing an intensive care paramedic degree at South Central College and will be going through my clinical rotations very shortly. I've also understood that here at MNSU, that students in the nursing program, in addition to other programs, are finding it hard to get transportation to their off-campus clinical rotations, and I want to find a solution to help navigate this concern for requirement when it comes to individuals' programs. I'm committed to advocacy, collaboration, and follow-through, and I'd be honored to serve in this position to the fullest of my capabilities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for our candidate? Yes, Senator.
I was just wondering, are you planning on being an active senator who participates in a lot of projects? Or are you just gonna like kind of coast through?
I would like to believe that I'd continue to be a very active member within the 93rd student government if elected for this position as Allied Health and Nursing Senator.
I have another question, if you don't mind. Senator
You have not been recognized to speak again. Senator Hilliker.
Motion to call the question. Seconded.
Any seconds? All those in favor, please raise your placard. All those against it? And we're in question. All right, with the discussion of the cabinet, we will do this voting by show of hands. So all those in favor of electing candidate Anderson as the senator for College Allied Health Nursing, please raise your placard. All those against it? And she successfully elected as a senator for College Allied Health and Nursing. Thank you.
I'm glad you're a senator now. Congrats. Oh my
We
God.
now move forward with our new business. Decorum, everybody. We now move forward with our new business, which is Spring 2026 OER Adoption Resolution. And I'd like to invite Senator Dietrich to explain further into this.
So you all already know that I do a lot of work with the library as the library liaison. Last year, I served on the OER librarian search committee to hire the OER librarian that we have now. My resolution just goes through a brief introduction to what OER is, identifies the issues, which include the economic hardships, the inequities that the economic hardships place on students who are international, Pell eligible, and also from underrepresented backgrounds. It explains the benefits of OER. And then ultimately, what we're looking for is to not only encourage the faculty to examine uses for OER, but also call on the administration to put together a plan to support OER by reducing teaching credit loads, accepting sabbatical applications, and providing compensation for those who go to learning circles, as well as considering the use and utilization and adoption of OER when going through performance evaluations and tenure considerations, as well as hiring when they go to hire new professors, if those professors have experience or have used OER in the past, that potentially be highlighted where appropriate. one of the things I do want to do is, right now, we're calling on them to develop and implement a strategic plan to formally recognize and incentivize all of these things. However, I would like to put an actual timeline on that, but I didn't know exactly what was going to be reasonable, just when I was writing this. And so I would like to amend it later, after we find out what administration would consider a reasonable timeline to develop and implement a strategic plan.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Oh, wait, actually, sorry, Senator Wickersham, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, I think everything that Senator Dietrich said is absolutely correct. And for my part, I would like to reflect back on something that Vice President Cafferly actually said. The Senate or the university administration is currently considering a 5 to 7% tuition increase. And I was there in the meeting while it was being discussed. There isn't really anywhere else they can get this money from. That tuition increase of some kind will be coming, as far as we know. I think the best way that we can prepare for that at this point is to encourage supplementary affordability policies like this one. We can't necessarily, in all likelihood, prevent tuition from rising next year, but we can encourage the administration to make it easier for students to afford college by encouraging faculty to adopt open educational resources that cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars less than students are currently paying.
Thank you so much, Senator Hilliker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd just like to speak a little bit on what the senator before me said. One thing, I had a meeting with the vice provost today where the idea was floated that students could take up advocating that as a condition of us being more willing to see a tuition increase, we would advocate that some of the money that we would be willing to part with would go towards expanding the open educational resources role on our campus. And I think that that's a great idea, and we should make that a key part of our negotiations moving forward with the university administration. Not that I'm calling for a tuition increase by any means, but additionally offsetting whatever tuition increase we do get with lower textbook costs could be a great way to keep college affordable. And for that, I'd like to say I'm in support of this resolution, although I do believe it needs some amendments.
Thank you so much. Senator Olson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to continue on what the Senator Hilliker said, especially with how some courses are pushing way more into like MCAW or Cengage, where you're basically required to get a textbook to just do the course material, or you basically are going to flunk. So it's an add-on cost to already that you're paying tuition to. Is this may I ask a question to the author of this?
Senator.
Is this resolution strictly kind of like bring awareness that if you're going to apply to a certain class that you already have, like Cengage or MCAW, like as a requirement to taking that class, like built in? Because this is talking about building awareness of like there is certain classes that are like philosophy that have their like that they don't require you to buy a book.
Senator, would you like to rephrase your question a little short and then be more direct?
Like what do you mean by like awareness strictly towards, let me find the line. I just lost it. broaden administrative support, incentives for faculty, promotion necessary to spread awareness, encourage adoption, or long-term integration.
Thank you. Senator Dietrich, would you like a follow-up?
Oh, okay. So stuff like that is to talk about how administration can make it more of a priority for like in departmental meetings to be talking about this, to be advertising, CEDL workshops that the OER librarian puts on, to be talking about how we want to move in this direction and that there is widespread support from administration towards this. Even just doing those things can make a really big difference. Because if there, if there is no push at all from administration or there is no carrot, there's gonna be a lot of people that are like, I'm not gonna do it then, so.
Yeah, and to also address the awareness question specifically, something that was brought up in a discussion that me and Senator Dietrich had with the OER librarian was the fact that that a large portion of faculty at MNSU Mankato are either unaware that OER is a thing or that it is easier to adopt than they may realize.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions? Seeing no questions, do we have any motion? Yes, Senator Hylika.
Motion to postpone to our next meeting.
Any seconds? Any dissent? All those in favor, please raise your black card. All those against it? And this motion clearly passes. This resolution will be moved to old business in the following meeting. Now we begin with our old business. For our old business, we were discussing in the last meeting about operating procedure. We discussed the first 3 articles and we were supposed to discuss about Article 4 and Article 5 in this meeting itself. I do believe before this meeting, there was a committee session which held a discussion about this itself as well. And as everybody is aware that we still need to confirm some of the parking initiative and policies for this document itself. Senator Hillstead?
For further amendments to be made, motion to postpone to next meeting.
Any seconds? Any dissent? All those in favor, please raise your black card. All those against it. This motion also clearly passes. This also is going to be postponed for the next following meeting as old business. Now we move forward with announcements. Do we have any announcements for today? Yes, you may.
Hi, Antonia, Director of Student Health Services. I just wanted to share that starting tomorrow from 11 to 1, our student insurance advocate will be sitting outside of KIC. So this is Mercedes. She's kind of the expert on the international student health insurance. So she will be there for any questions, just really like an open house type of thing. And she will be there every Thursday, 11 to 1, at least until before spring break. So if it's something that's really popular, then she'll do it after spring break too. So just want to let you all know, every Thursday.
Thank you so much. Yes, John.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This will be quick today. I do anticipate that you guys have a chance at winning the trophy for today. So congratulations in advance. Maybe. But anyway, next week we have some very big things starting. So you have 2 budget presentations next week. Student Health Services will be presenting their fee request for next week. If you look in the folder, I looked there today, their documentation is already there. So you can go in and review what their request is going to be for next year, okay? Also, just a heads up that originally, according to the schedule that we were going to have, the athletics fee was going to be presented on February 25th. Kevin Beisman, Director of Athletics, needs to be traveling during that time, so he requested a change. He will be presenting next week as well. I did not look in that folder to see if there's anything, but usually they post like the day before or the day of the presentation. So know that you're going to have presentations next week from Student Health Services and the Intercollegiate Athletics Department for their fee requests for next year. The other presentations that were scheduled for next week regarding the dome fee and the campus rec outdoor facility fee, those are being moved. We have a new director of campus rec in the role who's actually sitting right back there at the back of the room. I had not met you before, so we'll be, I'm sure. So, they will be, he's in conversation with Acting Vice President Jones right now about potential plans for those two fees. And so an extra week at least for them to figure that out and see what they would like to propose is warranted. So if they aren't ready to present by the 25th, we'll still be a little bit flexible on those two fees as well, since those are brand spanking new. So again, that's where we are. Be ready for those fees next week. Be sure and keep an eye on those folders, looking for the documentation that'll be key for you.
So much. Do we have any questions for John? Oh, okay. So you can go in for announcements. Yep. We have one last announcement for today.
I don't really have an announcement, so to speak, but I just wanted to introduce myself, obviously, with the important things that are coming up and how active Todd was in this role too. Many of you probably worked with Todd, and so I recently just took his role as the Director of Campus Recreation. So my name is Matt Melchior. I started last Wednesday, so I've only been here a week, still learning a lot, and we will dive in, Brian and I will dive into that fee regarding the dome and some of the other pieces with that. But I just wanted to take this time to introduce myself. Thank you all for doing the hard work that you do on campus here. And if there is anything that you do need from me, I'm happy to help with that. And I'm going to work just like Todd did to attend these meetings as much as possible as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful. All right, last call for any announcements. Any announcements? Yes, Senator.
Circling back to what Kathy Dale said, the Ag Department does have a lot of interesting stuff going on. If you are interested, please email or contact me and I will give you information.
Thank you so much. Yes, Senator Knauer.
Thank you, Speaker Thapa. Next week we have our second town hall of the semester. It's going to be on scholarships, 5 to 6 p.m. I have a guest speaker, so make sure you're letting your clubs know about it. And if you need a poster, please reach out to me because I can have you guys like send them on your socials and kind of just get the word out. But yeah, show up. It'll be a good town hall. So
Senator Knauer, do you want to also say the date?
February 19th. Sorry, I thought I said it.
All right, thank you so much. Any other announcements? All right, we now move forward with roll call. Senator Albert. Here. Senator Hyper. Here. Senator Kabad. Senator Andre.
Here.
Okay. Senator Hayden. Senator Dietrich. Senator Olson. Here. Senator Reyes. So, Senator Bartlett.
Here.
Senator Nguyen.
Here.
Senator Anderson. Here. Senator Zelmer. Senator Cummings.
Present.
Senator Ide.
Present.
Senator Hiluka.
Here.
Senator Bolsner. Senator Knauer.
Here.
Senator Stokes. Senator Hillstead.
Present.
Senator Reyes. Senator Liu. Senator Ray. Senator Wickersham. Senator Willie. Senator Andrioli. Vice President Kafli. President Caldron. And Speaker Thapa is here. It is currently 4:50 p.m. and I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you so much. All right. Before we disperse, everybody, those who are interested in taking part in the tournament itself against Student Affairs, please give me. please give me your name. And for all those who just want to be there for a good time, play Donkey Kong, Mario Party, and have a very good hangout, please feel free to join us.
Damn it, man, I wish I had the time.
Are you tired?
No, because I have an exam. Yeah.
Exams are temporary. Video games are forever.
Video games are forever, damn it.
I missed you.
It's an essay, let's do it.
Yeah, so I sent you.
I don't know if it's
later.
No,
We basically.
Christian has the same one.
No, we don't know. I was
Two at nine.
yeah, I'd say the beginning. I'd stay away from the organization, to be honest. I think it's so evil. Especially like if you don't have a lot of experience in,
he's not offensive at all.
I feel this. You can see the beginning of the sentence.
He is very unambiguous about it.
In the responses.
No, actually, you're an idiot.
Speech. I mean, there's no shame in bringing water up there, but I would just say, make sure you drink it. You will get that help after talking horrible evil minutes, you know? Or the other thing. Stuttering, nobody's gonna remember. The other thing, nobody's gonna remember. Shoot, I think it's really cool. Once you better call it. Okay, I told you, I think my speech back.
I would find out, so
I went into people.
my last name is Mettler, Kevin Mettler.
And people remember that I grew up in the so that's only after first year, I don't remember the contents, right? But after like a month, they've already forgotten there. So I would say that's a really low priority, don't worry about it. Especially, you know, people know that if they were in your shoes, I would worry about it. Keep me posted, I'd love to keep hearing about it. And, shoot, you know what, I'll come with, I'd love to look at your speech whenever you make it or whatever, so, yeah, go ahead. Hold the hands.